Hey everybody, Stephen Ho here with the Mister Sauga real estate team, and this is your market update for May 2020. Can't believe we're in June already, but here is an update of what's going on. Did a video last week on what's happened so far, and from that point, which was a week ago, we can see that the stats have come out and the market is coming back. From what we're seeing, this void that we saw in the pause in the typical spring market, that activity is probably going to be pushed into the summer months. So what happened in May? We can see sales are down by 53.7% from last May, which was kind of expected. We are also seeing average price we thought maybe have come down and whatnot, but it's up 3% from the same time last year. Now, that's probably still lower than what we saw in the peak of the beginning of the year, but it's good to see that the market has returned to kind of what we're expecting. Now, listings are down compared to last year. Sales are down, obviously, from the same time last year. Average days on market is at 32 days, whereas last year it was around 27 days. Is not too much of a difference, but we can see that that's probably what's happening with COVID, and buyers are a little taking their time, a little more hesitant than going into all these homes. So perhaps it's taking a little bit longer for listings to sell. But the most important thing that tells us what's actually happening in the market in terms of consumption rate is the months of inventory. So what we're seeing is we're at 2.48 months of inventory. A neutral market is around 4 to 5 months of inventory. The last 3 months, April, we saw 2 months of inventory. March, we saw 1.8. February, we were at 1.46, which was the peak of the market. So at 2.48, we're actually not too bad. We are seeing an increase in listings. We can see this upward curve from the end of May that's just been continuing to climb. Sales, we're also seeing it's climbing, but not as fast as the listings are coming out. So that's a slower consumption rate, but here is where the opportunities lie. If you're thinking of making a move this year, it might be a great time because the activity is going up, but there's opportunity because there's not as many buyers competing against for the same types of properties. If you're thinking of selling, it's still a good opportunity for you to find an opportunity to upsize, because the higher end market is moving slower than the entry level housing. So let's take a look at the numbers for Mississauga. We'll go into the different subsegments so you can see for yourself how it's going. In Mississauga, overall, we're at 2.35 months of inventory versus the average in Toronto at 2.48. Condos, we are at 2.3 months of inventory. Average price has dropped down to below 500,000. Activity is still going. We're at 2.3 months, which is still a seller's market. Looking at townhouses, it's picked up even more at 1.42 months of inventory, and average price is at 630,000. Semis is still the hottest market in Mississauga at 1.27 months of inventory. Average price is just under 800,000. And detached market, this is the most surprising in the last few years that we've seen, is that they're at 3 months of inventory, and the average price has come down to $1 million. Now, the last few years, it's been hovering around 1.1, 1.2, but the average price at 1 million is probably due to the fact that the higher end homes are not moving as fast, or they're probably not selling as many because of COVID-19. So looking at where the market's going to go into the summer, the spring market was delayed and it's going to be pushed into the summer. So I am hearing and seeing what's going on in the market. The market has picked up. There's a lot of activity going on, a lot of showings, a lot of listings coming out. So if you want to take advantage or get into the market before the entire market is fully back to its previous form, pre-COVID form, this might be a great opportunity for you. If you want to chat, hit me up. I'm here to help. Let's have a conversation. book a time and we can have a little quick Zoom call and discuss what your options are and what you should do going forward. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and we will talk to you next time.